Hey, this is Josh. Me and Tim thought it'd be a good idea that we play a game where we both put our input in and you kind of see what's going on both sides. Um, I will tell you up front, I'm kind of new to this as far as making videos. Kind of having trouble with doing the videos because the right portion of the screen, about 1/4 of it, does not show up on the feed, and the bottom fourth of the screen doesn't either. So I kind of have to keep it centered towards the top left part of my screen to show you what I'm doing. But we'll see how we can see what we can do to make it work out. um, I don't know how I'll do with these videos, but I'll do my best. Pretty much, I'll just tell you kind of what I'm doing. I may comment on things here and there about the game. Basically, this is the first turn. He's already done his half of it. He sent it over to me. I'm going to do this half of it and run it, and then I'll do my half, send it over to him, and it's going to go back and forth that way. First turn, as a Confederates, there's really not much to do. I will say you got Beauregard here. You want to go ahead and take Fort Sumter. I mean, you don't have to, but it's not going to delay the war. Like, the game will still start and all that stuff. I will tell you, when you first start, I guess remember to put it into army formation. It's like this when you first see it. So, I mean, you take the fort anyway, but I mean, put it in army formation. It makes you a more formidable force to contend with. So you'll do that. Looks like take about 7 days to get there. First turn, you want to go ahead and do war bonds and taxes. As the South, all it does is cost 2 morale, plus it lowers your inflation, and you can take the 2 morale hit, especially at the beginning. So I just go ahead and immediately do the war bonds. That also lowers inflation, and do the taxes. You don't want to print money if you don't have to. It's very costly. It raises your inflation by 4%, and you don't want to do that. That's going to be a big issue in this game. For the South is the money. At first, it's kind of war supply. But after that, it quickly becomes money, and you're in trouble later on in the game. So you want to keep your inflation down, kind of conserve as much money as you can, and don't waste it on just stuff that's just nonsense. Something like that would be, I'm assuming if you've already, this is not the first time you're looking at this game, so you see these cards here, you can spend money to do a demonstration. And enter it lowers enemy loyalty. I really don't see the use in that. I mean, you could put it up here in these areas up here, but I mean, really, what's the point? You're not really gonna take these areas anytime soon. Especially if you play the long game, you'll never be up here probably. If you play the long game, it means you don't really go for Washington. You just try to hold out. You'll never come up here. If you play the short game, you will go for Washington, but I still don't see how lowering morale up here is going to really do much for you. And $10,000 doesn't seem like a lot, but I mean, you need every bit you can get. So I don't do that. The cotton, you want to go ahead and put that option in here. You can only put it here in Matagorda, Texas. I know at any time you can get a message that says your cotton's about to rot, and say you have 11 cards here and it says about to rot. I think you have one more turn before all of it's gone. So you can basically just use one of these. I know that if you have one of these, I think you have the chance of getting $1,000 to it's just kind of just a random thing that you can get. So you'll want to try to You want to try to make sure that you might have a few of these left, but since I've got 12, you want to go ahead and get rid of some of them, because you want to at least get 15,000 out of some of them, and hopefully they don't rot. Once I get down to probably maybe 3 or 4, I'd probably just keep them there and see if I can get the 50,000. So I do that. I don't really do anything else with my cards. Already did the requisition. It gives me some money, $35,000. It reduces loyalty by 10%, military control. You lose a victory point and 2 development points. I kind of do these out in the middle of nowhere, really, where I don't think there'll be any fighting and it doesn't really matter. So I picked this area here. It's out in the middle of nowhere, not even on a rail line. Put it here. Draft, I'll probably do. I don't need it right now though, but I may do it. The only places you can do it right now is Vicksburg, Montgomery, I think like Charleston or something. Let's see, yeah, Charleston. But I don't need it right now, so I may use it in the future probably. Any other cards? And actually I'm seeing that you cannot see the cards, so I'm going to try to fix that for you guys, but it is what it is right now. I can't really show it to you, but when you go up here, you'll open up the card tab and it shows at the bottom. I'm sorry you can't see it. I'll try to get it fixed. You also have this, and if you see what just popped up, that's in the middle of my screen, so you can see how the right and bottom's kind of cut off for me right now. But if you go on here, you go to Treasury, and that's where I found these 2 things. Other than that, you can go to the government tab. You can declare a cotton embargo. You'll get $150,000, and you get 3 morale plus 5 victory points. I don't need money at the moment. I don't need the morale at the moment, and I don't need the victory points at the moment. So I'm just going to hold this in my pocket. What else? I could go ahead and raise a regiment down here. Of course, like you go up here, and it brings up like the units you can build, and of course you can't see it because it's at the bottom of the screen. I can raise some South Carolina regiments. I'm not going to do that right now. I'm actually going to test something. I want to see if those 2 inflation makes it cheaper next turn, and I'll let you guys know. So I can hold off on building it till next turn if it does. Other than that, I think there's 3 ships. Got these here, 2 brigs each. I'll put that over into the shipping lane, and you get 2 more. I think one's down in New Orleans. Yep, one there, and then you got one in Galveston, and I take those down to the blockade. Try to get some money and more supply. That's pretty much it. I will run the turn, and then I will do the video on the next one. Alright, so I ran the turn. Pretty much the worst turn you can start out as the South. Again, you can't see the bottom here, but I got the message about the cotton bales. It says cotton bales have started to rot in your harbors. Export them to foreign territories for immediate gain. So I had 11, I think, left, and now it says I have 7. I put another one in here. I think it takes them all away. I know I had 11 last turn, and now I only have 7, so just getting that message takes some away. The other thing that didn't really work out so well, and this is small for the beginning of the game. Like if you're in the middle of the game, this is just kind of small stuff, but I took Fort Sumter. If you bring up the battle, I lost 92 men. He lost 75. Now sometimes when you see that, it means like it doesn't necessarily mean, I think, that they died. Sometimes it can mean that they were captured. However, they weren't captured. If I click on my guy here, um, you don't see anything else. Again, you can't see the bottom. You don't see anything else in here. It's just my army, so I don't even have the cannon piece to leaving the fort there. I don't think it creates one for me. I think it does create like a fort militia unit. So there's that. Oh, and I forgot to tell you, on the last turn, you can use this card here. Telegraph lines. It improves the region. You want to put them in areas that are 75, and you bring it up to 80. And I think it gives you more cash, gives you more war supply of the stuff that's produced in those regions. And of course, the most money you get from southern regions is either New Orleans or Charleston over here at the beginning. So you want to build those up probably later in the game or here shortly. The South, you have to build some ironworks because you need the war supply. If you don't, you'll be hurting it the whole game. And I believe it does have to be ironworks. Like you can't do armories or arsenals, although those give you more cash. You're already going to be hurting on cash, but you don't want to be hurting on cash and more supply. So I read that in the forums before. I'm not sure how true it is, but the ironworks gives the South pretty much as much war supply as you need throughout the game. Like I said, the big thing's going to be cash later. And if you build the arsenals and armories, you'll get some cash, but I'm just not sure if it's worth it. Plus, you'll be hurting on war supply, and you can't build a lot of the stuff you want to build anyway. So you want to build the ironworks. I think last game I played with Tim, I built ironworks, and later in the game I did build some powder mills because I was kind of short. I think I was going to be short on ammunition later in the game. So I did that last time. I'm not sure if I'll need to do it this time, but we'll see. During the turn, also Virginia seceded. You got some generals. Now I take this guy. Again, you can't see him. You can see him right here though. It's M.J. Thompson. He's got the, and I'm just going to assume you guys know a lot of stuff already. He's got the trait Supply Ranger, which is 15% reduction in supply consumption in mountains, wilderness, swamp, woods, or forest regions. Now, I'm going to go ahead and put him and another general and head them up to Clarksburg, because I know here in a couple of turns or so I will get a force here, and they run out of supply quickly. So you want to put them up here, and the general that starts out, I forget his name, I think it's Whiting. You want to pull him out, and you can't. I think this guy has to be in charge of the stack. Maybe not. We'll see. You definitely want this guy up there though, to make sure you get that supply reduction. Most likely I'm going to pull out of here anyway before winter comes, but stay up there as long as you can. Creates a threat here, and if he moves this guy, or he'll get a force here, and if he moves it, you might want to take it and kind of keep a presence up here and see what you can do. Maybe even plunder, get some money before you pull out. You get 2 militia units. You get one here in Winchester, and you get one down here in Suffolk. You want to go ahead and just all-out attack, take Norfolk. I've never seen it to where they weren't able to take it, and there's usually not a fight. So a lot of times when you attack a place, the city will raise like a militia unit just by chance sometimes, and you'll fight or end up besieging it. I've never seen that happen here. Early in the game, when this happens, you just go over there, take it. And you get this one. I'm putting myself on evade combat and withdraw. Harper's Ferry, if you click on it, Again, you see at the bottom what it gives you. You get 1 money per turn, plus you get supply, ammo, and I mean, it's 1 money, but hey, it's 1 money. So if he forgets to move somebody here, then I'll go ahead and try to entrench a little bit, maybe reinforce it. But he should be able to take it easily. He's got these Marines here. He's got this unit here. He can just rail them over there in 4 days. Like, it would take him 1, 2, 3, 4. Plus, I mean, he's got some military control still here, so like he just rail in 4 days. Mine takes 6. So there's no way I'm pushing him out, and even if I got in before him and he came over, he'd probably push a militia unit out with Marines and regular infantry. I would send both of these guys. It'd take him a little longer because his railroad's messed up here, but he could probably still get there in less than 10 days. So there's really no chance that he would win a fight here unless he just doesn't rail him over there. And I'll take the chance. Hopefully, well, he most likely will, but hopefully he'll hit it and I'll just withdraw back because I'm on evade combat. Now, if I get there, I'm going to keep him there, and then maybe with a little bit of entrenchment and river crossing, if he comes over, maybe I'll win the battle and keep getting money out of it. We'll see. It might not even be worth it. I don't think I ever put money into militia units, though, because I try to train them all up anyway. I really don't use them for a fighting force in any of my divisions if I don't have to, so I really don't mind losing some of them because I don't replenish them anyway. As long as you got the unit, you can train them up, and that's pretty much it, I think. I'm -2 inflation now. However, that regiment I was going to build in South Carolina is still the same price, so I guess learn something every time, huh? This guy, I think, I'm just pulling him back here. I think they automatically shift Beauregard up north a little later anyway. Other than that, got Tatnall here with the squadron. I may look into, let's see, production. Let's see. I've got 2 into Raiders, so that should build the other ship. Tatnall, I'll probably move up to Virginia, and there is a little couple of boats you get up there that really can't do anything up there against the Union Navy, and I'll try to sneak them out and take them down to Louisiana. I think there's like a river boat that, and I'll try to put them on that fleet. There's really nothing you can do up here. There's the South in the Navy, so you could have one ship right here to try to do something, but it's not going to do anything. I'm taking 2 generals, put them up here for the inevitable that he'll push back. I don't want to join him up with him because I just don't want a general killed. I know towards the end of the South you might run out of generals sometimes, so I don't want to get them killed. You do as a Union, by the way, too. Like, when you get so many men, like, you just don't have enough generals to fill them all. That happened last game to me. But I'll have them here for when they're pushed back, and I may reevaluate where I put them. I got 3 other generals here. I'm not sure what I want to do with them yet, so I'm just keeping them put for right now. Actually, just for the hell of it, I might bring one down in the middle. And he can sit with this guy once it happens. That is pretty much it, I think. No battles. Looks like he only issued war bonds. Oh, and I assume you guys know all this, but like at the start of the game, Union has 85 morale, Confederacy has 100. I lost 2. I'm not sure why I only lost 1. I should have lost 2. Maybe I did something else that gave me 1. Anyway, he has 85 morale, so that might be why he doesn't want to do the taxes, because he'd lose 2 morale. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if I did it last game when I was playing Union. I may have. I don't know. Really no units. I can build some units, but I'm going to hold off. I don't need any units in South Carolina right now. So that is pretty much it. I'll send this over to Tim, and he'll run it and make his videos. Alright, welcome back, guys. I was able to fix the screen thing, so you should be able to see the full screen now. So not too much happened. I'll go through what did happen. There were a few events. Harper's Ferry abandoned. Josiah the steel mill. So I think so that's good. Arkansas secedes. Tennessee secedes. Some of your ships managed to smuggle cotton bales to foreign harbors, so got $50,000. That's good. That's what you want. If you could get that with every one of them, that'd be great. President Davis assigns General Beauregard to the newly forming Army of the Potomac in Virginia, so he is here. Let's see. CSA is mobilizing armies here and here. The Union does as well. They have one here, and I think they get one up here somewhere eventually, if they haven't already. And then we got a few wagons. They give you one. There's one in Mississippi and the other one in Virginia. Well, the good thing is he did not go to Harper's Ferry, so that's an extra money for me, and that's a good thing, I guess. I'm not sure why he didn't. I know he had some units over here. I think he had these Marines and these regulars here. I'm not sure why he left them there. He could have took that easy. He could still take it easy, I'm sure, if he railed over there. I can't really send any reinforcements up there for a while, so it's just a matter of him taking it. I'm going to keep my guy here. I was debating putting him on retreat if engaged, but I don't know. Maybe if he sends one of these units, maybe they could hold him off. Who knows? It is a river crossing. Although the Marines, which is what these are, I think they don't get the river crossing. So, like I said, if I was him, I would have just railed him over first turn, took this city. There's nothing I can really do about it, because all I've got is this militia unit to oppose it, and they weren't even there last turn. They had to get there. I'm moving Ruggles here for when this guy gets pushed back. So my overall strategy for the whole game, I'm going to play the long game. I'm not going to go for DC early. I've never actually tried that in the game, and I'm really not sure how it works, because I know you can move your capital. So if I felt like CSA was going all out for it, then I might just pull back and like to Baltimore and just let them take it, move the capital. It moves it to New York. You'd lose 10 morale when they take it, but you know, while they got all their troops over there in the Eastern Theater, in the West, you could just go on down here and take a whole lot of stuff. So I'm really not sure how that works. I'm guessing it would work if like the Union puts up a fight here and the CSA wins and then takes the capital, because I mean, if you win the battles and take the capital, even though you move the capital, or take Washington even though you move the capital, it'd probably be kind of detrimental to the morale in the North. So it's interesting. I'd like to see how I'll read more into that. Got these two armies here. Of course, North Carolina has not seceded yet, so we're waiting on them. I took Norfolk. I'm moving all the supply and the artillery, and I gotta get siege gun. I'm probably gonna put that in Richmond for now. I'm gonna leave him here. Get all military control. And then I'll probably pull him out of here. There's really, I think I read somewhere, and it kind of makes sense. You don't want to put a huge force here to defend Norfolk, because if in the eventuality, and it will happen, they'll come here and they could just land in Suffolk and establish a base here. They could probably take Hampton Roads, and then they'd get supply, and then you would just never get out of here. You'd have to go around, and then they just eventually take it anyway. So it doesn't really make sense to put a huge force here at Norfolk. You can put one here at Suffolk. That way, if they land in Norfolk, you'll have a dug-in force opposing. They'd have a river crossing plus in the swamp. So we'll see what happens there. I did get my army up here in, what's the name of this town? Clarksburg. Of course, I'm joining this guy with him because he's got the supply consumption reduction. He's going to get an army here. I'm not sure if he has one already, and I just can't see it yet. I would think I would see it if he did, but he'll get one here soon. So I get units here too. So these units, they're just volunteers, which is, I think, just militia. Yeah, so they're just like militia. There's really no point in staying up here. Like, I'll stay up here till probably, I don't know, September maybe, and then I'll pull out. If you don't, you'll get stuck up there. You just won't have the supply. It doesn't make sense to build a depot here because wagons are expensive. You build a depot, they're going to take it anyway. You can't really reinforcement. There's really nothing you can do. You can stay up there, I think. They really don't have the forces super early, so you can stay up there until winter comes along, but then you want to just pull out. I am going to plunder this eventually. I'm going to take this town and burn it. Now, when you play this game, like, you kind of want to you kind of want to be the good guy, I guess, or at least I do. Doesn't make sense to burn a city, but I mean, this is a game mechanic. I don't want him taking the city. I just don't want to leave anything for him, and he's eventually going to take this area here, probably this too. But you just don't want to leave all these cities for him if you can. I'm not sure if you can burn this one. I'd burn it if I could. My eventual defenses are going to be here in Staunton and Lexington, probably. As far as this threat that's going to come through here. If he doesn't take this, if he just forgets, which he should have some units over here that he can take it easy. When this guy, let's see in here for 3 turns, I'll pull a cavalry unit up here and I'll plunder that area too. When you plunder, you get 35,000 cash. I think you may lose some victory points. Let's see. Plunder. You lose 5 victory points, 20 military control, 45% loyalty, and 5 development points. Well, you're not going to be back up here anyway, most likely. So it is what it is. And CSA is going to need the cash. Like, I have plenty of cash right now. That's because I did the bonds and the taxes. But that'll run out eventually. And I'll be hurting on cash towards the end of the game. Well, actually, at the beginning and here in just a bit. I see that he is like developing territory and clearing land. I mean, it cost money, like it cost $5,000. I mean, that's not a lot to the Union, but I remember in the beginning, our last game we played, I spent all my money raising troops, trying to get a superiority in numbers as quickly as I could. I don't see the benefit in doing these, especially like up here. I'm not sure what he's doing. Like, I guess you do get 5 victory points, and we are playing for victory points, but I just don't know if it's worth it. Because he did it all over the map. I haven't seen all the places. Like he did one right here. Now developing the area also can increase production, I guess, but North really doesn't need an increase in production, really. Gives you loyalty as well. So I'm not sure why he did this. I mean, I can see the one right here. Maybe it's just to get victory points. I don't know. I am building a militia unit here. There is a depot here. He's going to take it. He's going to take the city. There's nothing I can do about it. Now, I do have 100% military control. I think it takes 5 turns to destroy a depot. I'm not sure. But hopefully he just can't rail down and take it before I destroy it. I'll take the militia hit. Hopefully he doesn't destroy it altogether. I think it takes 15 days to make. So, I mean, it cost me 15,000 to do, but wagons cost more, and he's going to have to use a wagon. And I think sometimes a strategy in this game for the South is not to try to, like, if you can stop him from making more money, if you can put the effort into taking a lot more money away from him than you gaining money, a little bit of money, then I think that kind of works out for you better. I'll kind of revisit that with you here in a minute when I go over a few things. If you're familiar with the game, Kentucky sometimes takes a while to secede. I'm taking a gamble on my strategy here. I'm hoping that it takes a while. Like I don't even want to. I just want it to draw out as long as I can. That way there can be no threat coming through this way, because I'm basically building my units here in Missouri to trying to hold on to this at the start. And I'm actually going to try this game. I'm not sure how it will work out. I'm building some units in Texas. I'm going to try to take this fort. Like, I know I think he's stuck in the fort for a little while and he can't get out. I'm not sure. This may be a huge gamble and I may lose, but I'm going to try to take this, destroy it, and then besiege this. So I'm building a heavy unit here, 4 infantry and a battery. Actually, I'm doing 2 of them, I guess. No, wait. Yeah, I'm doing 2 of them. So I'm kind of going all out here. Hopefully I can push them out. I'm going to destroy these forts, because the end game here is if I can destroy this fort, he's not going to really get to me from here. Like, I'll be dug in here and it's just going to be hard for him to take. And then I know he gets a force that comes down through here, and I don't think it'll be big enough to take anyway. So you'll want to destroy all these forts around, and that way the only way he can go is here, and it'll be hard for him to get with his force unless he can bring forces over from the east, which this turn, let's see, this turn you have Rangers available. I think they're one of the best units in the game, especially for the cost. I'm building 4 of them. Once I get them built, and I think I'm able to build 2 or 3 more maybe. I'm going to try to burn as many of these forts as I can get. I'm going to try to burn like all these if I can. That way he's really not going to come over here. And if I'm successful with this, I mean, it's going to be a long journey, but I'll probably take 1 or 2 of these units and these big units and just come down through Texas here, going fort to fort, and maybe by 1863 I can have them over here in the Trans-Mississippi, where I can use them later in the fight. I'm going to try to build an Arkansas unit, bring it up here, one of the big ones. This guy's a good general. He's a 644. I'm actually taking him out to Texas. it's going to take me about 3 turns to raise those units, and once I have them and everything's ready with this general, he'll be out here in 4 turns. I mean, I'm feeling like I can pull this off. And then, of course, once I do it, I'll take him out and bring him back over to the east because you'll desperately need him. I'm bringing one of my, I think he's a 3-2-2 general to put here because this is going to be a hot spot. I don't want to get into too much more of the strategy because, of course, I want to have something, leave something for the other turns. I do know you kind of want to keep this maybe because for some reason only this area here and this area here is where you can recruit Missouri troops. And there's actually quite a bit of troops you can recruit from Missouri. Eventually, I think Kentucky has the most actually. So eventually you'll want to, once it secedes or not secedes, or at least once Kentucky is in play, you'll want to get a big force here and draw out as many forces as you can. So there's that. Let's see. Down in Louisiana, I'm building just a couple of units, a cavalry and a sharpshooter. I'm going to put my sharpshooter out just to start the entrenchment, and I'll slowly build up here. I'm not going to try to defend Mobile. You know, if he tries to take it, there's really nothing I can do. I'm not putting the resources into it. I'm thinking about, they suggest that you have like 1,000 power division here to strike when somebody hits the coast. I may try to do that. I think Montgomery is a plus place to put it. I could hit Mobile. Supposedly I could hit Savannah and Charleston. I probably could not hit Wilmington, which New Orleans, Wilmington, Charleston, Savannah bring you in a lot of money. Like each of them have like these government warehouses, 10 money per turn. Wilmington and Savannah are the lesser cities that I could lose. This one has a shipyard, 2 money. But Charleston and New Orleans are the big money makers, so you want to hold on to them. These forces, I want to say I thought they went up to Virginia when Beauregard did, but I'm pulling these out, and I'm going to go ahead and start entrenching here. I was thinking about railing them up, but I'm going to try to conserve as much money as I can because rail costs money to do. So, and I want to put some units here anyway, so I can save on the rail and just keep the units here. I might change my mind a little later. Let's see. Got him there. I did get my fleet in Richmond. It's a small fleet, and I got Tatnall here. He's stuck here, I think, another turn. I'm not gonna. So I have a fleet in Richmond. I'll show you what I got here. Let's see. Okay. You get these squadrons. You get a gunboat and a couple of frigates. There's no. I mean, they're not going to do anything up here. So what I'm going to do is bring Tatnall here. I'm going to try to just bypass and get them out of there. I'll take these frigates down to New Orleans because they can actually go to that region, I think, and they can join up with your ironclads, and same with the gunboat. And of course, this guy, I'll put out in the shipping lanes. Yeah, there's no point in that really. Plus, CSS Virginia, once that's built, I'm getting them out of there too. Take them down to New Orleans, and we'll join them up with the fleet on the Mississippi. Because, I mean, these fleets he has up here, like I could combine this plus the fleet here in Richmond. It's not going to do anything. Plus, you're going to go by this fort all the time. Like, you could never leave here. And it just doesn't make sense to me. So I'm going to do that. The scouting ships, I'm going to leave these 2 in the blockade. But anything I get on the East Coast, I think I'm going to put in the shipping lanes, and here's why. So let's see where. So it says here. So Sir, our merchant raiders have sunk merchant ships worth 3 money and 9 war supply. So basically what I did was take away 3 money from the Union and 9 war supply. Now, war supply doesn't mean much to him. He's going to have plenty of it. But if you can make a sizable dent in the monies he's making, I think it helps you more than if you put this in the blockade and made money. See, I have 2 ships in the blockade, and it got me 1 money and 7 war supply. So, I think it's a better trade-off to sink the Union's money, sink 3 money from him instead of getting 1 money for myself. So maybe I'm wrong. I guess whenever he puts this on YouTube, maybe in the comments, you can convince me otherwise. Soon here, we're going to get the options to build like some armories or ironworks. I think as the CSA, you have to build the ironworks. If you don't, then you're going to have a war supply problem later as well. You could build some armories. They'd actually bring in cash, which you desperately need. But I'm pretty sure you need the ironworks, or you're just going to run low on the war supply. Now, one thing I'm going to do in this game that I didn't do last time I played against him as the South, when you replenish your forces here, I used to sometimes put stuff in heavy artillery. I noticed he didn't in his game because it really is expensive. Like, it's $61,000, and I'm going to be hurting for money. Regular artillery is 27 and light's 21, So I may do that. I just may not replenish my heavy artillery because it is so much money, plus war supply. So I'm wondering if I do that, if building some armories instead of ironworks would be beneficial to me. We'll see. I may do some research on that. Of course, I don't want to hold up the game though, so I don't want to do a whole lot of research. Just waiting to see if that'd be better. Pull that back up. So I'm doing the Rangers, Texas, Louisiana, Virginia. Okay, so let's see. Raising a few in Virginia. Sorry guys, for some reason the computer's kind of slow recording this stuff. I'm raising a regiment here, which I'll join here. Also, on this turn, you have the option to buy your support headquarters. You want to buy these. They provide experience for your troops, which makes them fight better. So I went ahead and bought it. I think that it just has to stay in the region, but it may have to stay in the city. If it has to stay in the city, my whole force is going to be in the city. Of course, you don't want that, because once a force comes in, then you just be besieged, and you won't be able to get out, I guess, unless another force comes in and tries to help you. But I'm going to leave him in for now, because I know he's fixed here. He's fixed as long as I'm fixed. So I'm here for 3 more turns, so I mean, I'm good to leave him in here. And if he was to bring a small force here, which I don't think he would, then I'd just rail somebody in and knock him out. I think that's it. I think that's all I did. Let's see if I put a bell down here. I did. I might do one more after this, and then I'll just leave it, because if you don't have any of these, I don't think you get that option that you get $50,000. I may be wrong. Actually, I might test that out. I may just use all 4 of these and see if I get one. I need to do some research on that as well. So that's pretty much it. I will see you next time I run the turn.